seated position. Crisscross applesauce. I'm going to scoot my mat back just a little bit. Palms down to the knees, and you can sit on a blanket, you can sit on a block, you can sit on a bolster. Just make yourself comfortable here. You can support the knees. We'll start to close the eyes, drop the shoulders down. Take a big full deep breath in, expand through the lungs, the heart. Exhale, slow breath out. Big full breath in, really open up through the chest, expand. Exhale, belly button to spine, pull everything back in as you exhale the air out. Big full breath in. Long, slow breath out, and then maybe return to a neutral breath. Or come to an ujjayi breath, finding the big full inhales through the nose, long, slow exhales out of the nose with that slight constriction at the back of the throat. And as you're doing that breath, start to scan from the top of the head down. How can I soften? Right, the top of my head, how can I relax there? How can I relax my face, my eyes, my jaw? How can I relax my neck, my shoulders, my arms, my hands? How can I relax my breath, my chest, my belly? You're just getting heavier and heavier into this space. Relax hips. Relax hamstrings and quads, calves, ankles. From this super relaxed space, check in with yourself. How do I feel physically in this moment? No judgment at all, just an awareness. How do I feel mentally in this moment? Is my mind running around in circles? Do I feel very calm and grounded? How do I feel emotionally in this moment? Or maybe there's more than one, multiple emotions showing up. Just allow yourself to become aware. And then gently dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. The eyes can stay closed. Left shoulder gets a little heavier. Chin comes down to the chest. Shoulders stay back and down. Inhale lifts the crown of the head back to the sky, and we'll repeat other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Noticing the sensation, the resistance, just breathe and soften. Chin comes to our chest, same thing, relax, shoulders back and down. Inhale, crown of the head lifts high to the sky. Let's do it one more time, each side, over to the right. Chin to chest. Rise it up. Over to the left. Chin to chest. And rise it back up. Pause in this tall seat again. Scan through the body. How do I feel now that I've moved a little bit? Where am I feeling sensation? Can I relax? And then from this space, I offer you to set an intention for your practice today. Whatever you came here looking for, whatever you need from your mat. Maybe it's just to relax for this hour. Maybe it's to get more present in your body. Whatever the intention is, hold it here. It's just for you. Take a deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. And then we'll slowly start to find some circles here. And your eyes can stay closed or begin to gently bring them back open into your space. Just rolling around in this seat, taking care of our mobility in our hips and our pelvis. So as I'm taking the circles, hands can be down to the knees or wherever you like. But what I'm thinking about with my belly is I'm lifting and locking my core up and in, and then relaxing out and down through the hips. And it's not a big thing. It's just a very, I guess it's more of an awareness. So I'm protecting my spine as I release and relax through my hips. Come back to center, pause for a moment. Let's take a side body stretch. Left arm reaches up and over. So this is getting into our low back and our hip here, as well as our side body and our shoulders. So notice where you're feeling it. Am I feeling it more in the upper body? How can I relax? Relax the neck, the head. Am I feeling it more in the side body or the hip? How can I breathe a little more gentle but deeper? Inhale begins to bring us back up nice and tall. Use your core to rise you up. Protect that low back. Relax the shoulders. And we'll take the circles the other direction. So starting to rotate. If you don't remember what other direction it is, no worries. Just do what feels good in the body. Maybe I'm going the wrong direction. How's it starting to feel? Is the body getting fatigued anywhere? Is your mind popping up thoughts? And it's just good to find the awareness. It doesn't matter what it is, just become aware. Come back to center. We'll take that side body stretch on the other side. Right arm is going to reach up and over. Expand, extend, lengthen out to the tip top of the head. And then where am I feeling this? Can I relax into that space? Can I invite some softness, some length, some ease? And then engage that core. Slowly start to rise your way up to a tall seat. Lengthen, pause. And then we'll make our way over our knees into a tabletop. So you can slide the legs around to the side, or you can cross over the ankles for that transition. Blanket can be underneath your knees for comfort here. Spread the fingers nice and wide and check in with your alignment. Is my shoulder right on top of my wrist? Is my hip right on top of my knee? Are my arms shoulder distance apart? Are they too wide or too close together? And then from this space, let's find some cats and cows when you find your alignment. Inhale, heart and eyes reach forward, shoulders open, belly is engaged. Exhale, curl up and in, chin drops, head drops. Inhale, roll it forward. Just over-exaggerate this movement. Like it's growing more and more each time, but it's growing with ease, right? Not force. And after this final round, we're going to come into a spinal balance. Right hand reaches forward, left foot reaches back, lengthen out through the top of the head, and then maybe your hand and foot begin to hover. Lots of core here pulling up away from the earth. Lots of ease through the neck and the shoulder. Notice the little stabilizer muscles working in your arm, your belly, your hip, your thigh. Slowly come back into a tabletop. Swish the hips side to side. Come back to center. Let's take the left hand forward, right foot back. How can we lengthen? Maybe we lift. And then again, you'll start to find that awareness on the side. Where do I feel the most sensation? If it's in the crease of your wrist, press into your fingertips a little bit more. If it's in your right shoulder, push the ground away from you, lift belly. If it's in that left hip, make sure that we're in an alignment here. Drop the right hip down even with the left. Exhale, tabletop. Tuck the toes, start to walk the hands back towards the knees. We're going to stretch out the bottoms of the feet. Stay here, begin to sit up onto those heels. Maybe circle the wrist one direction and then the other. Relax the neck and shoulders. And we'll start to come into a tabletop. Come back in. Untuck those toes. Give them a little tap, tap, tap here. Then we're going again, spinal balance. Right hand forward, left foot back. Lift and engage. Stay here, take a bend in the knee, reaching back for your foot or ankle. So left foot is flexed, right arm is reaching back. This is opening up our shoulder and our quad. You may have the space to grab a hold of that foot or ankle, but it is not necessary. Pull in through the low belly, pull in through the high inner thighs. Reach hard away from you. Slowly come back out to that long extended spinal balance. And then exhale into a tabletop. Swish those hips side to side. Woo! Building a little bit of heat here. Loosening up these muscles. Let's slide over to the other side. Left hand is forward, right foot is back. Find that balance and stability. Stay or play. You take a bend in that knee. Reach back for that foot or ankle. And you can just reach. You don't have to grab a hold, but if you have the space, maybe you do. Pull in through the belly. Lift out through the heart. Relax the neck. Press into all 5 fingertips of that grounded hand. Slowly come back out, spinal balance. Exhale, tabletop, little swish side to side. Child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. Again, you can always have a blanket underneath the knees here. Rest the chest down towards the earth. If it's quite tight, you can rest on a pillow, a bolster, a block, and support yourself so that you can relax. Draw awareness to the low back. Can you soften here? Can you find some heaviness? Relaxing the shoulders, the chest, the jaw. Four more breaths here, finding as much heaviness as you can. Inhale begins to rise us back up into a neutral tabletop. And we're going to find our way to a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. If down dog isn't working today, from tabletop, begin to extend one leg out and then the other. As you're in your down dog, maybe bend one knee and then the other, or maybe breathe in stillness today. What's your body asking of you? You got 3 more breaths, just checking out this downward facing dog. Inhale's going to rise us high up on our tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Make sure to push into your hands as you walk forward. Lift your belly. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Shoulders slide back as the belly lifts. Exhale, fold, drop the head, bend the knees. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Reach the hands to the sky. Open up the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Empty all of your breath. Drop your head, relax the neck. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take a few rounds of breath here. So hands can be on your blocks, or maybe you decide to find a ragdoll arm bind today. Grabbing opposite elbows, let the head hang super heavy. Nod the head. Relax and release. Gently relax those hands down to the ground if they're not there already, and inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slide your left foot back. We'll be in a right runner's lunge as the heart and eyes reach forward. This is a great place for your blocks here. Right knee is on top of that ankle. Chest lengthens away from the back leg. Lift your core. Relax your shoulders. Back knee slowly starts to slide down to the ground. Just take a moment to expand here. So the initial reaction is you hit that resistance. The body tenses up. So let's soften. Keep the core engaged, but everything else can start to relax. Breathing as deeply and as slowly as you can. Two more full breaths. Slowly start to put weight back into the hands. Shift those hips back, split prep. Belly lifts, core engages, and then find balance in between the hips. You may need to bring your blocks back. The right knee does not have to be straight, but first, tuck this in just real quick. First, get your hips even with one another. So left knee, straight up to left hip, straight over to right hip. And that might mean that you need to bring a softness to the knee. Take a moment to kind of play with how this feels. Maybe you can fold a little bit deeper, but if you begin to fold and the hip wants to lift up, then walk yourself back and reassess. We're going from a parallel space here in this moment. I'm going to hold this a little bit longer so that we can really explore where we're holding on to tension in this posture and how we can let it go without any judgment, just slow, gentle breath. Last 3 breaths. We'll slowly start to shift our weight forward into that modified lunge. Take your time if you need to move those blocks. And then we're going to find lizard, heel toeing the foot to the right side of us. Both hands come on the inside. So a little bit deeper into the hip here. And I'm going to offer you some movement. Turn a little bit so you can kind of see how the foot is going to move. So taking that foot to the right side of you as you twist and then come back to center. And I'll come back this way so you can see it long ways. And we'll just do that about 10 rounds of breath. Turn the foot out to the right. And back to center. And just go to a place that, again, you're not in a painful sensation. It's not too deep, but you can feel you're at that resistance, and then just gently breathe. Don't force. Trying to keep the nervous system out of that fight or flight mode so that you really get the benefit of this stretch today. And not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Being mindful through that rotation and also through the shoulders here because they're supporting us. Make sure we're not dumping our weight into that joint, but we're pushing the mat away from us. We'll get a break in a moment. This is quite active here. Keep lengthening the low belly. We're almost there. And then we'll start to come back to center after that final round and fold here. So maybe that looks like your blocks, your bolster on down to your forearms. If you don't have any of this, again, you can use anything at all. Pillows, books. We're trying to get that relaxing energy to come back in after that movement. See if you can get up just a little bit longer in the spine. And then we'll take a quad stretch from here. So maybe you'd like to come back up into your hands if you folded, gently removing any props that you need to. But flexing the left heel towards the bum. This is step one. You can stay right here. This is already getting nice and intense. If you want to, you can twist, reaching back towards that foot. Or we can reach and hold that foot, pulling heel towards the bum. Not forcing anything. Drawing awareness to that sensation, making sure that you can still breathe. Where can you relax? It's okay if there's shimmy shaking going on, as long as it's not painful, above that 6.5, right, on a scale of 1 to 10. Almost there. Gently release that foot. Slowly find your way out of this space into a tabletop. Give those hips a little swish side to side. And then let's head back into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. As you rest down here, support yourself however you need to. Release that low back. Relax the hips, the quads. Maybe the hands start to go over to the right side. Stretching out that left side body. Slowly making your way back through center and over to the other side. Relax. And slowly finding your way back to center. Taking a moment to remind yourself of the intention that you set for practice today. And then slowly Begin to make your way back up into that downward facing dog. Maybe noticing how one leg feels compared to the other. Drop the head. Inhale, rise high up on the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, slide the right foot back. Begin that left runner's lunge, lengthen out. Find a lot of space here. Long, strong spine. Using the blocks if you need. Then that back knee starts to come down. Pulling those hips in towards one another. And then lengthening the legs away from one another. Right, holding these postures a little bit longer today. Allowing us to explore, to relax, to release. Draw awareness to that sensation and how can you relax the muscles around it. See how that changes the posture. And then as you're ready, start to shift your weight back into a split prep. Scoop the belly in, shift the hips. We're going to find that balance again in between our hips before we fold. And that knee may need to be bent today. Take a long breath in. And exhale out. Start to explore this posture. Spine gets a little longer. Almost there. Inhale is going to shift us forward into that runner's lunge, modified runner's lunge. And then shift over into lizard. Heel toe that foot to the left, hands on the inside. You may need the blocks, you may not. We're going to take those twists here. So rotating the left toes out to the side, maybe turning that body and coming back to center. And it may look a little bit more just like this, just a gentle shift. Definitely want the rotation to be happening from the hip and not the knee. Two more rounds. And as you found your way to your final round, begin to fold here, and that just might be dropping through the head or making yourself a little bolster set up, a little support area. Relax where you can when you land. Three more breaths. Inhale begins to rise us up from this fold. Moving into that quad stretch variation, so flex that heel. Maybe twist. Maybe bind. Gently release that foot. Come back out of this into a tabletop. Take your time. Take the movement you need here. Then we'll make our way to a seated position. Maybe a crisscross applesauce just for a moment. Finding those same side body stretches we took earlier. Left arm reaches up and over. Expand to the heart. Release to the low back. Inhale brings us back up nice and tall. Lengthen as we rise. Pull in through the core. Chin to chest. Maybe the fingertips rest by the hips. Inhale, we sit up back nice and tall. Left arm grounds us. Right arm reaches up and over. Find that side body space here. How can I relax? What can I release? Inhale starts to bring us back up nice and tall. And then we'll start to extend the legs out in front of us. Expand them. Take a little moment to find a nice seat here that feels good. And then as you're ready, begin to fold over these legs. So it might just be to here, and you can rest that bolster to support you. You can also use your blocks to set your forearms on. We're trying to get this low back to release, these hips, these hamstrings, behind the knees, the calves, the Achilles. So if you can, keep the feet nice and flexed. When you meet that first space of resistance, how can I release deeper? Is there tension in the neck, the jaw, the face. Keep lengthening out away from the tailbone. Big full breath in. Exhale it out of the mouth. Shifting maybe a little bit deeper into this posture. Last 4 breaths. Inhale slowly rises us up nice and tall. Pause in that seat for just a moment. Relax the shoulders down. Then we'll begin to move to our backs. Taking a bend in these knees. Slide the upper back down to the mat. And then relax the belly, relax the hips. Plant the feet hips distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, like you're setting up for bridge. And the feet are going to glue right where they are, so try not to let this top leg slide over. The feet are going to glue right where they are and fall over to the side. So one knee is facing the top corner of your mat, and the other knee is facing to the right side of you. For this posture, options for arms are just overhead, out wide like a T, maybe to your hips. Option for the feet, if you want to add a little bit more, take this right foot and lay it on top of this left knee. If it starts to cause any sharp shooting pains, please back out of it. We're just using that as an added weight. We don't want to force the stretch. This is a very tight place for you. Just see what you can relax. It's not about getting the knee to the floor. It's not about having this perfect posture. It's how can I let go of some tension that I'm holding in my body in this moment. Relax, release. Gently start to make your way out of this space. Knees start to come back to center. Pause for a moment. Let the low back settle. Then start to pull those knees into the chest, maybe one at a time or both at the same time, and then circle them around one direction and then the other. Making our way back up to a seated position, we're going to rock and roll forward and back, working on our core. So even if you don't make it, take about 3 or 4 rocks, pull in through the belly, in through the belly. And finally, make your way up to a seated position. If you have to press your way up, no worries. We're going to sit again, crisscross applesauce, maybe opposite of how we have been sitting. Arms are going to go out wide like a T. Right arm over the left. Give yourself a hug here. Drop the chin to the chest. Breathe into your upper back. Relax your neck. Inhale up nice and tall. Hold the arms here or begin to come all the way into eagle. So keep threading those hands around, palms to touch. Elbows in line with the shoulders, fingertips press away from the face, shoulders slide back and down. Maybe you gently take the hands over to the right, maybe you look to the left. Come back through center, over to the left, maybe you look to the right. Coming back to center. Gently unwind those arms. Maybe grab opposite shoulders. Give them a little squeeze. And then we'll make our way back onto our backs. So take your time. Feet are hips distance apart. Knees are going to fall to the left side of you this time. Maybe left leg on top. Maybe arms overhead or out wide like a T. Find what feels best on this side and then relax into it. Scan through the body. Notice what's happening. Last 4 breaths. Slowly begin to make your way back to center. Gently unwind. Take any movement you need, or just breathe in stillness. Knees come back into the chest as you're ready. When you squeeze in this time, just relax through the booty, the low back, the sacrum, the belly. Let all that be really heavy, the shoulders, the neck, and just hold this squeeze. Then we'll make our way back up to that seated position, maybe 3 or 4 of those little rocks. Getting your core engaged. We'll all meet in that easy seat. Finding those eagle arms, this time left, I'm sorry, not eagle arms yet. Left arm over the right, give yourself that hug first. And then maybe chin to chest. Crown of the head reaches to the sky. Find those eagle arms, or keep the hands right. Fingertips start to go over to the left side of you. Maybe look to the right. Back to center. Over to the other side. Back to center. Gently unwind those arms. Maybe give the opposite shoulder a little love. And we'll start to make our way back onto our backs. Final time here, so if you want to take it slow. And relax down. I'm going to offer you supported bridge today, just to kind of realign through the pelvis. If you don't have a block, maybe a thick book. If you don't have either, just take regular bridge posture. Feet are hip distance apart. Press into the feet. Start to slide that block at any level underneath your sacrum here. I'm going to go with the lowest level today and really find some stability through those hips. Relaxing through the pelvis here, the glutes, the hamstrings, everything gets really heavy. And your legs can go wherever you like. You can keep them planted. You can go feet together, knees apart. Whatever feels good. Arms maybe open out wide or down by the hips. If you're in that active bridge, you're sending the tailbone towards the back of the knees. Pull down through the belly, open up through the heart. Slight tilt of the chin towards the chest. 4 more breaths wherever you are. Slowly start to bring an awareness back to your feet. Press into them, gently remove the block, and we'll all meet on our spine. Again, take that moment of breath to pause. Let the body settle. And then a slight windshield wiper of the knees, side to side. Coming back through center. Hip stand or happy baby, up to you. You can also place hips on a block. For hip stand, the legs don't have to be straight, but try to get those heels above the hip points as opposed to being too far here or too far here. You can circle the ankles around. If you like to take that happy baby, grabbing the outer blades of the feet, ankles, or shins as you pull the knees open and wide. Three more breaths. Slowly bringing those knees back into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here for getting on your mat today. And the knees are going to fall to the left side of us. Option to take eagle legs, wrapping the right leg over the left, and then knees fall to the left. If that's too deep, please find a stretch that is right for you, a twist that is right for you in this moment. Big, deep breaths. Knees slowly start to come back through center. Taking any adjustments necessary, we'll head over to the other side. Relax, release. Inhale slowly brings us back through center. Take a moment. Any movement you need to finish this practice today, take it here. And as you're ready, begin to make your way out into your version of Shavasana. Maybe you lay, maybe you support yourself with props, maybe you come into an easy seated position, and it's whatever's right for you in this moment. As you find that space, begin to let go of your practice, let go of your breath. Let go of the physical sensations in the body and just breathe. Take the next few moments to allow the body and the mind to rest and heal Shavasana. And slowly beginning to come back to your breath. Finding some gentle movement in the fingers, the toes. Slowly waking up the body. And then pausing in stillness. Maybe you roll onto your favorite side. Maybe you're already in the seated position. Maybe you're on your back. But check in. How do I feel mentally in this moment? How do I feel physically in this moment? And how do I feel emotionally in this moment? As you're ready, begin to make your way up into an easy seated position, bringing the hands to heart center and the forehead towards the fingertips as we close out this practice today in a seat of gratitude. Gratitude for this moment, this breath, the intention you set for this practice today. And then sliding those thumbs up to the forehead, we find gratitude for one another and the energy that we just shared. Namaste, friends. Namaste, guys. I hope you enjoyed that practice. How's everybody feeling?